game. And we can see that in the top left-hand corner of Whirlwind is our blue Terran player, Startail Hack. His one fan is still here. Hack's opponent down at the bottom left, the red Zerg player, Hyun. And, well,
he wants to be aggressive, and these spawning positions are a lot better than it would have been if it was cross map.
Yep, it's a shorter attack than the cross spawn, and it's also you can attack through the bases along that left approach, which means it's harder to get surrounded.
You remember when you had these spawning locations on Tal'Darim Altar? That was just lovely.
It was
when your nature was on the fire at the 9-minute mark, and you just can't mine from it anymore.
It was really fun.
Those were the good old days, man.
In fact, you just finished killing the rocks in the third base, and now you can't take it. Yeah. That was rough. It's going to be one Rax fast expand once more for Hack, not willing to go for the command center first. Hyun, of course, is going to go hatch first, as is the norm.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, maybe in 11-11 wouldn't have been the worst idea.
In the middle of the map? That's a Tal'Darim Ultra build.
No, just a 33% chance. Fuse it logic.
There you go. Why not?
Why not? I
1/30
right
time, it's free win.
With Protoss, there is actually a proxy target build that works out like that, and there's actually a reasonable logic behind it. Because even if you're wrong, it's not the end of the world, as target units are so quick. Anyways, that's not going to happen. We can see Hyun and Hack both opening up relatively normal. I would love to see him just at least make quite a few Hellions, so he's forcing Hyun to make more units, and above all make it a lot harder for Hyun to take that fort base. And considering the fact that this is Whirlwind, it's going to be harder regardless to take that fort base.
Hyun's already changed his build up a little bit, hasn't taken his gas yet. And I wonder why. Might we see a fast third from Hyun?
Another drone is heading out, so I think that's the case.
He's on attack move. It's an angry drone.
He's gonna find the SCV and punch him.
Once.
So unnecessary.
You would think that if you get a running start like that, the punch would do more damage.
Like he's charging up? Yeah. Like in the enemies. Either way, we can see Hack scouting the main base of Hyun and sees that there is absolutely nothing to worry about for now. Hyun just wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to get proxied or anything funky like that. His Overlord will find Hack's main. And with a little bit of luck, you might actually be able to see the refinery and click on it and see how much gas has been mined. These Marines could have picked up this Overlord, but barely miss it. It's very unfortunate when that happens.
It's the wrong kind of luck for Hack, but Hyun will be happy to see that happening. 4 Lings out on the map. Will be more than enough to scare these Marines away if they're there when the Marines show up. Hack's actually looking for the Overlord. He just missed it, man.
That's kind of unfortunate. And this Overlord actually is going to fly in. It's like, oh, another third command center. Well, that's nice.
Now he will go down.
Oh, that's kind of nice for Hack. It's, well, there are a couple of links on the way, but there are additional Marines, so this Overlord will fall early on.
Or will he? Run, Ovi! Yeah. Float faster! If only he could spit creep backwards.
A couple of links somehow made their way into the main. I have no idea how these links ended up over here, even pick up a Marine. So these links do get a really good scout. And I think from this point on, Hyun already kind of knows what to do. He knows the timings. Alright, you're opening up with a third command center. This is when your second gas is going down. Well, then I know that I can get away with this amount of greed for a certain amount of time. What's coming after that is going to be very hard for Hyun to scout, because he has no overlords remotely close to Hack's base. And I feel the third command center is already further away as well, or slower as well.
Yes, sir. Right now we're seeing double gas going down for Hyun. He's beginning to tech up, and I'm wondering if we're going to see some kind of hatch tech aggression out of Hyun. He's got more than enough gas to start his lair, and he hasn't yet. So what does that mean? Things
are already different over here for Hack on the top side of the map, as there is a second factory on the way, and I think that we're going to see some Blue Flame Heli in action, and I kind of love that on Whirlwind, because it's so much harder for Zerg to defend both the natural and the third base when you have a lot of drones and barely have any units, and suddenly a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions show up. I remember those games when Heart of the Swarm just came out, and Les was doing it all the time from STX and MLG and Dallas.
It was pretty good back then.
That was such a cool tournament, and it was really fun to watch Les as well. Played some great games.
Roach Warren is on the way for Hyun. That'll give him all the tools he needs to deal with these Hellions, though.
Yeah, but you know, the last game he just made 4 roaches, pushed the Hellions back a little bit. If he just makes 4 roaches again and goes back to heavy droning, he might find himself
I think
in
he's
a dicey
more
position.
Than 4, Kev, because he's getting the ranged attack upgrade. So he's telling us that he wants to make, well, he wants to commit to roaches, basically. Layer's also finishing up. I guess we'll probably see roach speed with it. He doesn't yet know that the Hellions are coming.
I mean, just because he wants to commit to roaches doesn't mean that he's going to make them in time, right?
That is true. They could be too late. 5 of them on the way, though.
5's pretty good.
Upgrades are cranking. Roaches soon to be out.
Forgot to fix the scoreboard, but it's fixed now for everyone just tuned in. Sorry guys, Hyun was able to win game number 1 on Ekelund Waste in a very convincing way. We are playing best of 3, so this could potentially be the final game of WCS Premier League, but we are still going to have some Challenger League after this as well. So we're going to see Crank there if he wants to play, of course, and either the loser, either Hack or Hyun.
Roaches
no hero.
Gonna come out and try to shoo these Hellions away. There's 4 Hellions here at the front, 4 or 5 more back at home, 9 in total out on the map. But, wow, 13 drones at once for Hyun.
Hyun doesn't really know yet. I mean, he has a couple of roaches, and this is annoying for the Hellions, but he doesn't know about the additional Hellions that are about to make their way across the map. And it's still just only drones. I think that the Heck should be able to kill a lot of workers over here. He's gonna need more than just like 5 or 6 or something. He's gonna need a crazy amount. 7 roaches on the production tab. This is going to get so close, but I do think that these Hellions will have a small time to reign over this mineral line.
Yep, that's 6 Hellions making their way into the natural. Hack is able to do a little bit of drone roasting. He's gonna head up into the main base now. So far, Hyun's did a good job of splitting up his workers and minimizing the damage taken. There are also Hellions in the third base, but they're not doing a whole lot of damage either. I think Hyun is doing a reasonable job. 14 drones killed, 15 now.
Yeah, it's not over yet. He's losing a lot of mining time as well. 4 Hellions still alive. I think additional Hellions running into the natural now. Maybe this one Hellion could be a hero. 18 workers. I think that's...
You know, that's good damage dealt, but I don't think that's the kind of crippling damage that Hack wanted to deal. Hyun can recover from that, and you see, Hack is meching, so it's not like he can just instantly... Well, he was, I thought, meching. Now he's building a bunch of extra barracks. That's an interesting switch. But this is just further going to slow down his next attack, because now he's got to wait till this barracks production kicks in.
But he's safe for now. And
oh, he's totally safe.
Hyun made so many roaches. He's at 21 roaches. There are 2 siege tanks. There are a couple of Wither mines as well. You can pull SCVs. It's going to be hard for Hack to take a third base when all these roaches are out on the map. So it's not like these roaches are completely useless. But still, I think it was an acceptable amount of damage. I agree that it definitely wasn't game ending, but that's almost something that just doesn't really happen anymore. The Zerg players just got so good in dealing with stuff like that.
I don't mind Hyun's position at all, Kev. He's able to drone pretty freely now. He's got absolute map control with these roaches. Bio upgrades are so far away. It's going to be a while before Hack's able to really get out on the map.
He's already 1-1, though.
Yeah, but I mean, Hyun's about to be 2-2 with his roaches. He's getting Burrow. And does he have the Baneling Nest? I guess not.
I mean, the bio upgrades are 80 seconds behind.
Oh, he's going to play Roach Hydra.
I mean, 80 seconds behind it's not nice, but it's also not the end of the world. We shouldn't forget the last game Hack was pretty much down 30 drones right off the get-go, and it never really changed. So, or 30 SCV. So taking that into consideration, this is looking a lot better for him. He's down a little bit in supply, but we always know that roach supply is a little bit deceiving. Doesn't mean too much. Unless you're playing against Protoss, then it means a lot.
Hydrodin finishing up as well, so we're going to see Hyun beginning to round out his army with some of those well-upgraded Hydralisks. 13 more roaches in production. Hyun's going to max out soon.
He's going to go just crazy on the roaches. That's first. Maybe later add a couple of Hydros in the mix. I mean, this could completely backfire. He could have a horrible fight and just sacrifice all of these roaches. But if he hits one, he has to and Hack doesn't have.
That's definitely what he's going to do. He's just going to hit a 2-2 timing into that third base.
It's a relatively small window, though. It's not as big as we think it is, but I mean, it's reasonable and it's definitely seizable. Oh, Medevac is going to scout it. This is so big for Hack. So big. He can siege up right now, can burrow the mines as well, as a couple of Stin Marines.
Hyun not willing to commit to that surprises me a little bit. He's going to
He's waiting for a better moment. He has 48 roaches out on the map, and this is still that small window. There are a couple of widow mines over here.
Roach is going to make their way around. Oh, this is not a good engagement here for Hyun. He's attacking into a bunch of splash damage, siege tanks, and widow mines. He is still going to force the issue, but he's going to lose so many units. A terrible trade for Hyun. Does he even kill a single tank? Yes, one tank goes down. 2 tanks goes down.
That's right, like I did my job. I'm done.
So that was 6,000 resources of roaches for 2 siege tanks.
He was able to pick up a couple of SCVs, but definitely not a crazy amount. And there are 3 orbitals, so Muse will easily make up for that. 2-2 bio is about to, or 2-2 upgrades for the bio units are about to finish up as well. Now we have 10 Hydralisk on the way, but you know, Hex in a pretty sweet position.
This is that was not good enough for Hyun, and he's now kind of in a not a bad spot necessarily, but it sure as heck isn't the same good spot he might have once been in. A couple of medevacs making the way over to the third, or maybe I should say 4th expansion of Hyun. And this is kind of the weakness of Roach Hydra. It just is not that mobile and is very poor at defending drop play.
Certainly when you don't have too many Hydras yet on the map. A few drones going down over here, but he will be able to keep the hatchery alive. That is the most important thing. But this is such a different game already. Finally Hack is able to be aggressive. Finally Hack is able to drop all over the map. This medevac is not long for this world, as it flies straight into a bunch of Hydras.
I think it's very interesting that Hyun opts to play Roach Hydra on Whirlwind, a map that's already hard to defend drops on. But the creep spread, Kevin, is just out of this world. He basically has creep on the doorstep of Hack, making it hard for Hack to take his 4th base with creep alone. I like the
addition of the infestation pit. I think that's very smart. I would love to see a couple of infestors. Since the siege tank count is not that high, there are 3 siege tanks, there are 49 marines. Imagine what would happen if a couple of big fungals land on top of that army and then the roaches and Hydra start fighting.
We'll almost certainly see a Hive pretty soon as well, as Hack starts making his way forward. Hack's going to have 3-3 soon. Of course, Zerg upgrades stalled out as Hive has not been started yet. Oh, this is going to hurt. Widow Mine's pretty good at killing roaches, and that little counterattack does no damage whatsoever. 194 Zerg supply now against 200 Terran supply, maxed out Terran army.
Pangea glands being researched, Hive tech on the way as well. Hyun's just gonna need time. He's gonna need a stronger army than he currently has, so he's gonna have to throw away a few units here and there, even though it's gonna be hard to make run by successful at this base. Oh man, poor roaches.
I wonder what the Hive tech is gonna be for Hyun. He's going to once more attack into this 3rd expansion, and the army of Hack is way out of position, so this could do some good damage. Marines and siege tanks coming forward. The tanks are going to siege up. Can these Hydras get in range? It looks like that's not going to happen. And successful defense here for Hack. Minimal numbers of workers killed. At the same time, a drop at the 4th expansion of Hyun is going to kill the hatchery and a lot of drones.
Dealing a lot of damage. There are 17 roaches on the way and 8 infestors. Perhaps a couple of these infestors are going to have to be cancelled when they're over here. Another drop being active as well over here at the original turret base over here. Hack is just doing a really good job. And
Medevac's going to go down, not before 3 Marauders unload, though. That'll mean a couple of drone kills, but not that many. Oh, bad luck infestor.
Actually, successful kid infestor as he survives. +3 missile attacks being researched right now. I mean, that was a bad fight for Hyun, but he kind of needed it because he needed to free up supply. He needed to, you know, make his army stronger than it was, because if he would have just sit back and then wait until Hack would attack him, it would have been even worse. So this was probably like the sort of best thing that could have happened, but it wasn't very successful.
I mean, it wasn't awful. It wasn't game-ending at all. 4th expansion landing now for Hack, and this is what's really dangerous. A Terran on 4 bases is going to be so much more effective with his units than Hyun's going to be able to be.
There are also 13 Marauders in the mix. Before it was 3. That's going to make the life of these infestors a little harder.
We'll see another hatchery cancellation here at the 4th.
Oh, no cancel at all.
At the 4th. Fungal will lock down a few of these units, and good use of burrow there.
Nice move by Hyun. He still has 3,500 minerals.
God, the drops just never ending. And again, Kevin, Roach Hydra is just not very good at defending drops like this. Unless you're going to leave Hydras all around the map, but that is so supply intensive that you really don't want to have to do that. Hyun's got a ton of money. Spire's now going to go down. I guess he's going to try to go up to Broodlords.
Wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, Broodlord Hydra.
Oh, most of these the infestors were so close to it. Imagine if a couple of fungus
Oh,
would have
he's
landed.
going to take a fight. This is a good concave. Tanks in a very awkward position. They're going to die very fast. I don't know about the infested Terrans,
Oh
though.
my god, what a great fight here for Hyun. He might be able to land a couple of great fungals as
huge
well.
Fungals go down, and Hyun pushes Hack back in a big way. Does he have the momentum to go and cancel a base?
Look at the supply. I know that was bad for Hack. I didn't expect it to be that bad. 141 supply remaining.
Most of the supply for Hyun's in the production tab, though. That's 22 roaches on the way. Greater Spire is also coming. This command center is probably dead, as it's not going to turn into planetary. It will be shot down by these Hydras. There we go. Will be shot down. Drops still being annoying in the bottom half of the map, but there are a few roaches there to defend. The problem is Bio under Metavax is just better than roaches, so it's not going to get it done, and Hyun's going to have to send some more units back home. Another drop making its way into the natural.
Spire is indeed morphing into a Greater Spire. It's halfway done. I'm afraid that Hyun's going to lose his fort base once more, though, but he will be able to reestablish his old fort base.
Yep. Man, it's a great drop play here from Hack, constantly keeping Hyun on the ropes.
And also buying a little bit of time for himself, which he really needed, because he didn't have too much left.
Hack does a great job of floating his main command center when he doesn't need it anymore. That's making his way over to the base he just lost. Here comes Hyun trying to force a big fight in the 4th expansion of Hack. Good fungals, lots of infested Terrans, but I don't think he's got enough here, Kev.
The tank's dealing so much damage, and the planetary fortress helping out as well. Hack holds for now, stimps forward.
Very careless attack. Infestors are all going to die. Painful losses here for Hyun, but he's got so much money, he can reload. 13 roaches, 5 infestors. What
He's
else?
going to lose his base
make?
again, though. That's a really big problem, because then he's basically going to be down to 1 mining base.
Yeah, and Hyun's just going to run out of gas here, Kev.
Yep.
And by run out of gas, I mean steam and Vespene gas.
Green stuff. The good stuff. Going to try to go for a small roach run by here.
Still trying to counter up at the top half of the map. There's no units there this time, so this will do a little bit of damage. But Hack is able to respond to it in short order.
Marauder does not fall.
And Hyun is once again pushed back.
Just a single infestor remaining. 5 of them just hatched, so he has 6 again.
Man, I hate that attack while the Greater Spire is just finishing up. It's like the wrong time to do that. And
Certainly near the planetary fortress as well. Once more, we'll be able to pick up a hatch. What a great game by Hack, though. I think from start to finish, that was pretty good. He killed a lot of drones. Not game-ending amount, but at least enough drones to kind of reset Hyun and not give him that overwhelming economic lead that he had the game before.
Hack's pushing out for what is probably going to be the game ender. Another attack by Hyun into sieged tanks, and stemmed bio is not going to end well. Hyun's going to dip down below 100 supply for the first time in the game, and I think he's probably going to tap out. Yes, he does.